always the first thing for me is you have to sit down with the director and get a sense of what the movie is making. So I had a quick talk with Zach, and then I went out and started to do a bunch of little doodles, like this one.
So that's your first sketch?
Which I'm keeping really safely.
Yeah, I think this might be worth money one day, because it looks a lot like what I'm seeing behind me. I love that it's on a napkin.
Yeah.
Were you like in a restaurant or something?
I was at a coffee shop.
No way.
Yes. I mean, it's important to get somewhere very quickly. The director looks at this and says, you know, I get it, that's cool.
Basically, my role in this was to take Patrick's original vision in the original sketch and bring it to realization. First and foremost, any kind of establishing stance, which Patrick did from day one. You see how the river is way much higher than the land, and just gives it the aggressive, intimidating first impression.
What I was able to do was extract Ed's 3D model and bring it into my software, and then start checking for any problems that might occur.
With some math and some science, you could actually predict how it's going to work somewhat.
Yeah, you could do full compression on the shocks and then turn the wheel and recognize if there's going to be an issue with the hood.
We actually took a little trip to the Warner Brothers Museum to see the other Batmobiles, see how ours would differ.
Some of the key elements are obviously power. One had a bunch of horsepower, so it was about 550. Placement was a big factor in this car. Obviously, you look at the car, there's no room for an engine in the front. You can't have a motor hanging out the back, so the motor's actually behind the driver's compartment, down and backwards.
Motor's flipped around.
Motor's flipped around, exactly. We used was basically a monster truck transfer case, a gigantic 4-gear hunk of aluminum that sits right behind the passenger seat that redirects the power back to the rear end, which is another task because the ring gear has to rotate different directions. You know, so there's a lot involved in putting that thing together. Mainly, we're just looking at how it handles, how the shocks work, how the tires react to bumps. And one of the first things we learned watching with our suspension cam that, you know, it had some wheel hops.
How do you figure out what causes it?
Well, it was a combination of one, we had to add more valve in the shock. So there's some external adjustment in the shock that we could do right there at the test section. There's basically bypass tubes so we can limit the oil flow. That helped, so we knew that we were on the right path. And then the other thing that was really fighting us was just the sheer weight of these tires. This is before we actually cut rubber off of them.
Give me some perspective, like, what do these tires weigh before you cut the rubber off?
500 pounds a corner.
500 pounds
Very heavy.
a tire.
And the sun's coming in, so.
Yes, massive amounts. And then the wheels are quarter-inch steel.
So when you cut that rubber off,
yeah, we dropped 150 pounds, so, you know, about, and actually a huge difference. Adding about 50% more valve in the shocks internally, gets the problem.
what did the day 2 testing consist of?
Well, this was a pretty big moment because this is the primary body piece that's supposed to have been installed in this car. So you're starting to get a feel for what this is going to look like.
That was a big moment for me.
It really was, yeah.
You kind of start hearing the scale of it.
And this was really just such a plus for us all the way around was to be able to have this time at the Chrysler Proving Grounds in Detroit. This is when the car really just starts looking so cool. I mean, and this is Mike Justice behind the wheel, you know, coming through cones. And this is basically mimicking roads in Detroit that we'd be filming on later. So Tim would set it up, he would time him, he'd come through those cones, and, you know, obviously if he hit a cone on the Proving Grounds, he was hitting a wall somewhere downtown Detroit. Tim Rigby, he recorded all the data. Every time we went out, he would record pressure in each airbag, tire pressure, brake system pressure, temperatures, everything. So there was a constant log. And you can see a couple of those shots coming out of how the car just reacts, the suspension works, and you can see him, you know, doing a little S-turn and correcting. You know, I think that's what really made the whole project such a success.
When we talked to Zach, he said, the machine gun I wanted to be on. We wanted to see it all the time. That would have been replaced, and this is typical.
So this is like a repair job.
Yeah.
Now this particular detail in the hood is a way of introducing the Batmotif without being so literal, like the previous Batmobiles and using like negative space to create that. Inspired by American muscle cars.
Yeah.
Henry Cooler, 66 Centurion.
It's basically a one-off airbag over a bypass shock system, so we can alter the ride height on the fly while the car is in motion. The car weighs 8,500 pounds. We get tremendous braking power. Brembo was kind of to step up and build some piston calipers for us, gigantic rotors, ton of steering angle on the thing, you know, so you can recover from any situation you might get yourself into. It has about 2 feet of front suspension travel.
2 feet of travel.
2 feet of travel, yeah. The gigantic front A-arms. So like I said, it's all built with the same theory that you would build a race car.